Welcome back, everybody, to the House of Cards. Thank you for joining us again. Today we are back with another UFC Friday. Yes, today is Friday. If you're watching this, the day it came out. Of course, who knows when you watch it. But Friday's the new day for the new series, UFC Fridays. We're going to be talking all things UFC cards and collectibles and just kind of digging into that world a little bit. Giving you some insights, maybe on some new fighters, some sets, some, I don't know, you name it. We're going to be talking about it here. So I'm excited to get into that episode with you today. Before we do that, the usual stuff. Subscribe now if you haven't. Like the video if you like it. Leave a comment if you have something to say. You know, the usual stuff. I do also have a slight cold, so I'm sorry if I sound a little nasally and I might sneeze in the middle of this or cough. Just please ignore it, and I apologize, but I really wanted to make this video because I want to continue this UFC Friday trend that we're on, and I think it's going to be a fun one today because we are talking about a new fighter that just had his pro debut a few weeks back, and I wanted to kind of talk about him because I got in a new Panini Instant card for him today. And last week, if you remember, or if you watched the video, we talked about Paddy Pimblett and his UFC debut card that came out through Panini Instant, and my grading results I got back from sending them in SGC. And just to give you a quick update on these cards, I did end up selling 3 out of the 7 cards that I got, which were all SGC 10s, and I ended up getting some great results. I was hoping to get $100, and I pretty much got between $90 and $100 on all 3 sales. So proving the market, and they all sold within 20 to 30 minutes of me listing them. So there could even be higher upside if I raise the price slightly on the next one I put up. So just wanted to kind of let you guys know how that was going. These have been selling amazing. They all been selling in the United States too. So actually I didn't sell any in the UK, even though I did list them internationally on eBay. But they're selling in the US, which tells me that it's not just a UK phenomenon, but Paddy is kind of permeating the US as well. So that's pretty exciting. But today we're going to look at somebody else who I just got in. This young lad, his name is Garry out of Ireland. So he just had his debut on November 6th. He did win in a first round knockout, so it looked really impressive. He did fight someone that, he was no slouch. He wasn't fighting, kind of a lay down, type of guy. So he fought a fighter that had a 9-5 record. So, not bad, right? So he did well, looked good. He did kind of come out and, tell the audience that, he is the new Conor McGregor, which, it's a big statement to make on your first fight. But, I think we can all agree that Conor's kind of best days are behind him at this point. He might have a couple more fights to kind of, I don't know, make himself a little bit more money, to be honest with you. But I don't think we're ever going to see the old Conor again, especially after that nasty foot injury he had against Poirier. I think we're just going to maybe see him fight a couple other journeymen. He might pick up another win somewhere along the lines, but I highly doubt that, Conor's ever going to get back to form that, he was at, 5-6 years ago when we all, fell in love with him. Sorry, I need a quick sip of water there. So Garry, his nickname is The Future, which is very fitting, assuming that he wants to be kind of the future of fighters out of Ireland specifically. He's a good looking kid. He's got a great, just kind of attitude about him. He's very, very, he's not as, like I say, flamboyant as the Paddy Pimblett, but he has a certain kind of swagger and confidence that makes you kind of believe him when he tells you that he's going to be the next big thing. He is only 24 years old, which I think is great. So, kind of at that prime, age to, got a lot of years ahead of him, but he's not too young to where, maybe he's lacking experience. His pro MMA record right now, he's 8-0. So, 8 wins, no losses. He's won 12 fights in a row, which, dates back to his amateur stuff. He came over from the UFC from Cage Warriors. So that was where, he was fighting in the league prior. But, now he's in the UFC, he's in the big times, and I highly doubt anyone's going to, not give him more shots. So I think, we can all agree that we're going to see him, in another decent fight here in the near future. So I think he's going to get more and more opportunities. And I think, with having a nation like Ireland behind him, that is obviously a huge fighting country in terms of, they love boxing, they love MMA. I mean, it's just like one of the better countries out there to support fighters. So I think he's got a built-in huge fighting, nation behind him, and he's going to continue to get some big fights. So I think he's gonna have a lot coming up, and I do believe in him. So this card came out. I decided to grab some rookie card logo, all the things that you look for. I got a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pack. So in this one, you can see only 1,800 produced versus Patty's that had 9,000 produced. So, about a fifth of what Patty's had, which is great, because if he does pop off, this card's going to be even more valuable because there's not going to be as many. So I think there's a lot of upside here. I'm going to pull up a comp real quick while I'm at it. I wasn't planning on this, so bear with me as I'm going to type in this as we talk, but there might not even be any comps yet because I literally just got mine back here, a day or two ago, but you never know. Let's just see real quick if there is a comp for Ian Garry. And of course, it would be raw because I don't think anyone's going to get graded this fast. I don't think you're sitting in this in the PSA Express or anything like that. Okay, yeah, there are some comps. So I'll go ahead, put them up on the screen here. There's quite a few on sale. Oh, someone actually got a number card out of 5. I've never gotten a numbered one from any of these, either Topps Now or Panini Instants. I've never gotten a number version, but whatever. It is all good. So it's funny. Everyone on here is writing next Conor McGregor. Okay, so I pulled up the sales recently. So wow, they've been a few. So one sold on November 14th for $20. That's not bad. November 23rd for $15. Down to $9, $10. So, between $10 and $20, I don't think that's too shabby. So I'm going to probably end up going through these 10 here, and I will probably end up grading a few of them. I'll do like I did with the patties, just pick out the ones I think that are like surefire 10s, and then, probably sell off the other ones raw to help recoup a little bit of the cost of the cards. And my total, investment in this was $64.69, and that was the total after shipping and everything. So 10 of them for call it $65. So I'm into them for $6.50 each. And of course, if I grade them, then I'll be in for another 30. So, be about $36.50. So, we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and look at these, and we'll talk about the grades when I get those back, and we will go from there. But this is kind of where I wanted to keep the episode today. We're just going to talk about this one fighter here, the upcoming UFC schedule, and I just want to talk about this week. Obviously, again, this dates this episode a little bit, but there is a Friday night fight. Oh, sorry, Saturday night fight. The basic fight night, not a pay-per-view or anything like that. It's not a super duper exciting card. There's a couple okay names. The title, the main event is, Jose Aldo, obviously legend, fighting Rob Font, which, up and coming kind of exciting fighter. But I don't think, that's not going to be a big draw. Aldo used to be a big, pay-per-view draw. Obviously, he's getting a little bit older and, isn't the, dominant fighter that he once was. There's a couple other decent ones. The co-main event is Brad Riddle versus Raphael Fazeev, which, that's a good fight. Fazeev is 10-1, so it means, and actually Riddle is also, so wow, so 2 10-1 fighters fighting each other, which is great. So there'll be a few other names on that card, but really the big fight that everyone's getting excited about is the next week, which will be December 11th pay-per-view, and that's going to be a monster. So we'll talk about that probably next week, as we'll be probably filming this the day before. So I definitely want to save some of that content for next week. But for now, we'll leave it there. Thanks again for joining us for another UFC Friday, and we will do this again. But if you haven't, last chance, hit the subscribe button. And if you like the comment, please, or like the comment, if you like the video, please hit the like button. And if you want to leave a comment, I would like to hear more about your thoughts on UFC, and maybe tell me if you've heard of Ian Garry and what your thoughts are on him. Please drop that below, because that's always great. All right, guys, we will see you on the next one. Peace.